All right, we are live. I see Swamp Picker's here. Johanna is here. Don is here, and so is Adam. I hope you guys are all doing well. You probably are um, noticing I'm all alone, and that's because James is out on a ride. Hey guys, in case you didn't catch the beginning, because I didn't know if I was on or not, because usually James monitors the other side of what's going on. He's out on a motorcycle ride tonight. He's going to be leaving Sunday at around 3. He's going out of state. His job is taking him out of state. You know, he works in the oil industry. He's oh, now you see me? Okay. Okay, thanks, Adam. Sound and video is fine. So, is that Jackie or Sarah? Hey guys. So anyway, he's going to be out of town for a week, and for the oil field, he deals with the drilling bits, and I don't know. It's that he handles explosives. He does all kinds of cool stuff. So anyway, I'm starting out the show a little different. Hey, Valerie. Uh, s- oh, it's Sarah. Okay, hi, Sarah. Hey, Hedwig. Here's the deal. You know, it's Jackie. Okay, so it's Jackie. Okay. Hey, Jackie. Hey, the micro so she could use. Cool. Got a 50% off coupon. Those are always good. So anyway, here's the deal. I hate to do this, but I'm going to have to say that the way the show's been going, I'm not getting an influx of the people I'd like to see. Let's say, like, you know, I'd like to have more ladies come on and share their experiences. It's always the same people coming on all the time. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I got a couple of emails from, I think they're trolls, because you'll notice in this one, I took out the email address. I've been getting a lot of emails from people that I don't know. And at least I don't know their name, so I can't tie their name on their email to the YouTube, you know, like they're resellers or they're just people that watch, you know. I mean, I can't tell what's going on, but I got some complaints about you know, just the way the show was going, people rambling on. And so what I decided to do is I'd like to try to get some different people in here that want to come on. If you don't want to come on, that's fine. Ask questions. You know, if you got questions, you can ask them. But I'm thinking of just switching things up. If you've been on the show quite a few times, um, then you're going to have to let everybody else have their turn. And that's just the way I'm going to do it. And the other thing is I'm thinking I'd like to get more ladies on here because I think the ladies have a lot to give as far as information, sharing insights and thoughts. You know, I mean, they're some of the most strongest sellers that we have in the community, and strongest people. Hey, there's Dwayne. And so I'd like to run this by you, by the ladies out there in the chat. You know, either here now, if you see this after it's been reposted. I'm thinking of doing a special chewing the fat where it's a ladies' night, where it's just me and whatever ladies that want to come on. If you want to let me know beforehand, and then we can work the schedule, because I think you all got a lot of good information to share. And
yeah, Mike trying to bogart the ladies. No, I see how you are.
Not trying to bogart the ladies, so I'm in my Deadpool look, which I know is hot, you know, right now. So anyway, but you know, I kind of ran it by Dwayne because I remember him being on the Reseller Six Pack, and they had a variety of people. When they could get them, you know, they'd have different people, and then he was on a couple other shows, and you know, and it's just kind of like mix it up. You know, that's all I'm trying to do is just mix it up. And
yeah, so don't ever want to go stale.
Yeah. So if any of you, hey, Valerie's got a good point there. And the reason I have Dwayne here tonight is just a little bit of backup because, like I said, in case something happens and I got to leave for whatever the reason, the show can keep going on for for a couple minutes because James is out on a bike ride. So as you guys notice,
Cool.
James, when he's here, he normally says, "Hey," and then he cuts his camera off and his mic, and then he just listens. And if
You want me to do that?
No, no, we love you, man. We want you.
Just checking, man. You know.
Yeah, it is a nice beanie. Actually, if I'm not going to do it, but these right here, if you take this and you pull this all the way down, it turns into his mask, and you can see through the eye holes. But I'm not going to do that.
Wow.
Even though I was thinking of getting dressed up as Deadpool in a wheelchair, like like he's been beat up and battered, and he's trying to repair himself like he does in the shows. But I don't have a unicorn and Crocs to wear right now, so. He has a unicorn and he puts on Crocs when he gets home. But yeah, Maggie, Mike and the ladies. Yeah, but I think Valerie's onto something there. Maybe I could just come up with an interview and with special sellers. What do you think, Dwayne? Come up with it.
Yeah, that's always interesting. You get either niche sellers that kind of specialize in one particular item and spread their knowledge that way, or if somebody has a different way of doing things, or like when John the Cincinnati Picker came on, nobody had really been doing what he was doing, running his own auction site, so that was pretty interesting. So yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of different people out there, that's for sure.
Yeah, Don, the Dwayne is making a guest appearance.
A paid guest appearance, right?
Yeah. I'll expedite some Whataburger to you, bro.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Overnight, man. Yeah, and you know what? Valerie's right. In that way, the person can choose to make themselves available. Plus, I want to give as many resellers as I can an opportunity to show themselves, talk about themselves, share what they do, where they sell, so that we can start supporting everybody in the community. And that's exactly what I'm trying to accomplish with this.
Well,
but right now, is there?
And I was gonna plug my show in a minute because for the one that's coming on in a little bit, because I'm doing that very thing. This is a person or a set of people that really haven't been out there much. The Gate City Pickers, they've been selling for a little bit, but they're not really on YouTube, so they're kind of new to the community that way. So yeah, I try and do the same thing, but it's kind of hard with my show. Most of the time it's people. I don't want to get too adventurous and get people that I don't know at all, but so that'll be fun.
I'll plug your show.
I did.
But did you put up a link?
No, I'm not going to plug it that way. If people that are watching you don't know me by now, then there's something wrong.
Yeah, you're Fireball.
That's right.
You're Mama Chelly's favorite son.
That's right. And you remember that. Got some blackmail.
And I'm telling you what, she'll be watching this later because she always does. I'll get a message or a phone call. You were very nice to Dwayne. You need to start being nice.
Oh, okay. I see. I've already won that much, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, but you know what? Dwayne's got a good point. It's the exposure. I mean, I never knew who these people were that were coming on. Hey, David, What's going on? My brother from Ireland. I had no idea who they were, and then I went over and I saw their items. I'm not going to tell you what I'm interested in, but I am definitely interested in something they got there. So you know me, I'm not out until I'm out, but I'm definitely going to be over there making sure I get a stab at some of the goodies they got over there. Valerie says you're looking quite dapper today, Dwayne.
Oh, I just took my glasses off. That's all.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah, I didn't. Oh, and I just got out of the shower, but that's no big deal. See, there you go.
Wow.
Back to plain old me.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to
see very well.
I'm gonna try to clean up. I think Monday's bath day, or is it Wednesday? I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm gonna try to get cleaned up too. I want to look pretty like you. Because Mama Chelly's gonna probably call and go, How come you can't represent like Dwayne?
Actually, this shirt I got from Barb. Barb sent me this shirt.
Grumpy?
Yeah, going on
Right
Grumpy. It's kind of the Hawaiian, black and white Hawaiian lady, hula lady or whatever. So.
Right on. So
Sweet.
let me see. Let me get caught up with the chat. Anybody got any questions for me? Or I know like what I wanted to do was the question I wanted to ask. And maybe Dwayne, this would be a good one for you to answer too, is do you think cross posting or being all on a whole lot of venues can actually hurt you and not help you so much? Because for me right now, I'm trying to work so many of them at one time, and then I sell something and I forget I got it on something else, and then I end up in a very bad situation. So
yeah,
I know for
I
me,
think
it's a struggle.
Yeah, I'm with you. In fact, I just got done doing a huge inventory, a full inventory of all my listed items and my versus my database, because I had that happen. I had sold something on Poshmark a while ago, and I didn't go in and remember to remove it, and I sold it again on eBay. And I usually am pretty good, but for some reason I missed one. And you know, I think it's a good idea to do an inventory if you can anyway, once in a while, just because all kinds of stuff happens where, you know, you think it's listed, but it's not, or you think you took it off, but you didn't. So, but yeah, I think for being out there, you know, getting more eyes looking at your item, you have a better chance of selling it. That's what I believe. But you also have to make sure that you're willing and ready to, you know, be able to handle that. Like you said, if it sells here, make sure you go take it off the other 2 places or 3 places or whatever you do. I set up my inventory sheet now so that I have little tick marks on which one it's listed on. So when it sells, I can go and say, okay, I got to remove this off of eBay and Mercari if it's sold on Poshmark, for example. So I think you bring up a good point. I mean, you have to really be willing to know, you know, yourself and decide, yeah, I can handle, you know, the crowd and that kind of thing. But other than that, I think that's the only downside. I don't see another downside, especially if you're keeping prices similar. You know, for me, I do Mercari and eBay almost identical pricing, and then Poshmark a little bit higher. So, but you know, like I said, you have to really look and see if it's going to work for you. If you're diligent enough to take care of that, or if you're having, you know, 30 sales a day, it might, you know, that would definitely come in hand, you know, become a problem if you're that much volume.
Yeah. So. Well, I mean, and see, I'm now like I'm using eBay with a small amount just so I can transfer, it's easier for me to transfer over to Buyer's Choice Auctions. But then it's easy to cut and paste the clothing items or whatever to get them over on Posh. So I try to run. Now, see, here's another part 2, phase 2 to the question, because actually in the chat, it seems like everybody is like had the same problem. So they're limited to where they sell at. I'm wondering if it's not the amount, because like I know you've got probably over 100 items in your Poshmark closet. I know Valerie's got tons, and she's got massive amount. And like Carol, they're like in the thousands. You know, I mean, it's just crazy sick the way you do this. And I'm wondering if it's even more harder for people like that have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of listings, and you're in several venues, versus for me, it's like, okay, I've got maybe 40 active on Posh, 35 on eBay, and then I've got multiple accounts over at Posh, over at Buyer's Choice Auctions. So I can have anywhere combined between 30 to a couple hundred items. And then I've got my website. So it's like I'm struggling with just that small amount. And I'm wondering, it's got to be even harder for you guys that have hundreds and hundreds, because I don't even know how you do it.
Well, like I said, you just have to be diligent. You just have to know when you get a sale, that you go remove it off those sites. I have, I don't know, 400 and something on, 430 something, 437 on eBay, 190 something on Poshmark, and about the same, about 200 on Mercari. And like I said, I keep a spreadsheet, and my spreadsheet tells me where it's cross-posted. So I just need to remember once it sells, once I go update my data sheet, to remember to go and take it off. So I've had to train myself. It's not easy, but I think for me, I've had it only happen twice that I've forgotten to take it off, and I got, and the only one that really hurts you is if you sell it somewhere else and then eBay. If you sell it on eBay and one of the other places, you sell it there, then it's not as bad. It doesn't ding your account. But, going from selling it on a different platform and remembering to remove it from eBay. So,
well, how many times does eBay give you for canceling an order as a seller? Because they obviously don't penalize the buyer.
Right. It's a percentage.
I don't know if they do or not.
Yeah, it's a percentage. I mean, it's based on how many you have. I can't remember. It all just goes to your rated seller, your seller rating. I can't remember what, like 3%, and then you'll drop below top rated. And then 5% and you get the bump, I think.
So so what would you consider that threshold is when you get closer to the percentage, where say you spend more time taking care of the eBay baby and less time and pulling stuff down, or not spending, you know what I'm saying, with Posh? I mean, or any of the other venues, because you say you're on Mercari, and I've never been on Mercari, so I don't know. And I don't even think I want to try to add another venue right now. But I mean,
right,
when you say it's like 3% or 5% or whatever before they say, oh, your account's in jeopardy. Okay, because I remember watching the very first video I ever watched of John, Cincinnati Picker. The very first one I ever watched was it was either they closed or I had to close my eBay account. And he had talked about how his business, which he had the auction house, right, was consuming all of his time, and he let a whole bunch of sales go that they sold, they paid, and then it had to be like they refunded. He didn't even pay any attention to it, and it caught up to him. I mean, that was the very first video I watched. So if that was years ago, I'm thinking like it's got to be even worse today, but only by the good grace of Posh, Mark, saying, well, if you sold it over somewhere else and you cancel here, it's not going to hurt you. I'm assuming Mercari's probably the same way, but it's at eBay, So
exactly.
When
and I would say that probably for most of us, well, it's got to be a personal choice. I mean, because for me, I don't really care about the top rated seller and all that. It's more important that the customers are getting what they want. And if I'm making mistakes, then I take into account my business and back up until I'm not. If I have to, hey, I've screwed up every time I sold on Mercari, then I got to get rid of Mercari, because, ultimately eBay is my hub. That's the one I put most of my effort into. The others are outside. So, I think it's just as soon as I feel that, I'm not doing a good job. I feel that I have more stringent rules for myself than any eBay or any of the other platforms. But that's just the way I do it. Everybody can do it any way they want. That's the great thing about this hobby / job.
Well, and David, he said, he made a good point about trying to catch up with the chat while you were talking, but I was paying attention.
No,
he mentioned as he works full time. So it's got to be even worse for somebody that has a full-time gig. Then you come home, take care of the family, deal with the family, whatever, and then it's like, okay, now I got to kind of like how Chris does, Liquidation Ohio. He works a full-time gig, takes care of the kids when he comes home, because I guess his wife works nights or something. But And then he does his listing up until 2 in the morning, and then he does that grind all over again. I mean, I understand the grind. I understand how that works, but it's got to be even harder for the full timers.
I don't know. I mean, it's just another thing, whether, I think we all have different struggles. To me, my job is just another platform. I just spend 8 hours a day working at that platform. Then I come home and work on my other platforms, my other sources of income. And then, my family, of course, and whatever is as well. So you just have to learn how to juggle it. I mean, and only do what you feel comfortable with, because, it's easy to get overwhelmed. I mean, anybody can get overwhelmed. Just go to the thrift store every day for 2 weeks and don't list anything. You'll have a pile so high that you'll be overwhelmed, So it's purely personal. You have to decide what you're comfortable with. There's other people that are comfortable with, drop shipping or stuff like that, those kind of things. I'm not comfortable with that, so I stay away. Of course, I'm sure there's money to be made there too. But it's just not my kind of thing. So,
yeah. Well, that's basically my question, about the work thing, because I had that happen to me, but fortunately enough, the buyer was pretty cool about it. So, and I don't cancel too many on eBay anyway. Of course, I don't get too many on eBay. So,
right.
Let's see. Valerie says, of course, you want to get your items viewed by a lot of people, but you have to decide what you can handle. Yeah, I could imagine it gets really tough, especially when you're doing local too, like Facebook, Let Go, Offer Up. Man, it's got.
And a lot of people do it differently. They don't necessarily cross post. They'll be on 5 different platforms, but they'll all do big stuff at local, and they'll do just clothing on Posh, and they'll do, just electronics on eBay, however and that's just the way they work it. So, I do clothing on all 3. Obviously no clothing on, items that aren't clothing can't go on Posh. So that's easy for me. And I do very little local, but if I had something big, of course, that's where that would go. So.
Yeah, that's right. I do the mix on eBay, the mix over at BCA, the mix on the website, and then just to close on Poshmark. So, yeah.
Well, and the other thing is you have to decide whether the work you're doing at a certain place is worth the money you're getting back. If I worked on Poshmark for 6 months and only had 1 sale, I'd probably get rid of Poshmark. It's like, hey, okay, this isn't working for me, and I can spend my time with elsewhere and make more money. People forget that their time is a commodity. And once you get up to where you're, working quite a bit, or listing quite a bit, or have good sales, you start realizing, man, I could do this if I could just have the time to do it, or things like that. Yeah. So, at some point you got to look and say, I've put 25 hours into this one project. I haven't seen a single result. I got to go. I'll go put my 25 hours over here where I know I'm getting results.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, well, it makes sense. I guess none of the reselling ladies want to come on and share their knowledge, because they all dodged my question. Hey, Layla, how you doing? Yeah, no, they shouldn't be afraid of me. You're the one they should be afraid of.
Why me? Nothing to be afraid of here.
I'm just trying to draw attention away from you. That's all.
I know. It's not working.
Hey, Layla's here. For those people that don't know, Layla Jarrah, I guess I'm saying it right. She's from Egypt. She's in Egypt. And she comes over to Sandy's auctions, and she put her Instagram name up last night, and I went over, and I'm following her, man. You guys, hey, Layla, put your Instagram address in here in the chat so people can go and check you out. She designs jewelry. See, this is what I'm talking about. She designs jewelry, and she creates jewelry, and it's awesome looking stuff.
Really?
You know, it'd be nice if she could get it sold here in the U.S. because she's got some really pretty stuff.
Cool.
So I don't
is it
know.
Mostly local sales for her then, or
I guess in Egypt. I guess
in the
over
Egypt area, or is it in Africa, or
I don't know. See, I would think if she can't get it in the U.S., it must have to be like Middle Eastern, European, because
Sure.
they don't seem to be too many restrictions overseas. It's just
right.
The U.S. puts a lot of restrictions.
Yeah, a lot of custom issues. So.
Yeah, did Layla put her? If she doesn't do it, I'll go do it. Let me go get it real quick. Can you keep the group entertained for a minute?
Yeah, I think so.
You think so?
So let's see. Why can't we get any women in here? Are we that scary? We don't care what you look like. You can leave. We just need to hear your voices. I mean, we'd rather see you, but whatever. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, okay. So she says she sells in Cairo, Dubai, Jordan, and Spain. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So, let's see. I'm looking here.
I think oh, here we go.
I don't know, how many people you got? 27 people in here.
Yes, sir. We're trying.
That's awesome.
Trying to build the viewership. Like I say, I know some people. I know the ladies like that. Some of the ladies like that. Yeah, most guys would think, "Oh, that's crazy." I still think doing a ladies' night or interviewing female sellers. I still think that's a great idea.
Yeah. You know what I did a long time ago? I started and I never really carried it out. This might be something that you could, look at or something. I interviewed resellers' spouses a couple of times. Like Tanya's husband, and kind of got his feel of what she does and those kind of things. I thought it was kind of fun, but I didn't really go with it too much. I think John Cincinnati Picker's wife was on there too, and
Tanya's husband was.
Yeah, and Tanya's husband. So kind of get their view of reselling from their side. So it's kind of weird, But I didn't. Like I said, I didn't carry on with it very long. So
yeah. So, in case you guys haven't seen it, which I'm probably sure you have, I put Layla's Instagram link in there. Y'all need to go check her out. She's got some really pretty stuff. I remember when I was over in Egypt for Restore Hope. We went downtown once, and boy, I bought up a lot of gold stuff. Jewelry, necklaces, cartouches, all kinds of stuff, and leather. They do a lot of leather goods over there too. But it was pretty interesting. I mean, I enjoyed. You're welcome, Layla. I enjoyed Egypt. I mean, I was right there till they put us on base. They had us in a hotel. I could look out the window every morning and see the pyramids.
That's
I mean, it was awesome, man.
I've never been over that way, so. Don says, honestly, I don't think anybody cares what sex any seller is. I could be wrong. And I answered her. I said, to me, it's not the sex difference. It's more just, well, I guess it is. But women look at things differently, in business and, like Poshmark, for example. I don't really go for what's trendy because I don't know what's trendy. Where they, some women, that's what they do. That's really good. Things that they're really good at. So I'm not necessarily the differences between women, just kind of sometimes the way they think about it is different. So,
yeah, I don't think it's a sex. For me, it's it's who I get along with, because I've got several women that I've partnered with in the past and who I'm partnered with now that I never have any issues.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like they got such organizational skills to keep me in line. you know, to keep me focused on what I need to do.
Mhm.
And with guys like, well, Angie, she said, my daughter, she said, I run my business differently than my father and husband. She does run her business differently.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
and she, I guess I'd hope that she's taken little bits and pieces off of what I've been doing over the years and developed her own skills. But the point I'm
She
making
probably
is,
took what you do and did the opposite so that it works.
oh yeah, probably that. I would think, yeah, that's probably what it is. Hey, as long as I get my Whataburger, I don't care.
Yeah, I know. I got you.
I know we're gonna send it ice. We're gonna ice it down. We're gonna go overnight
Actually, I think
FedEx.
it would be better if you just hand deliver it personally. I mean, but that's just me. I think you
Well,
should knock on the door and deliver it. You know, Grubhub from Texas.
I'm gonna try. One of these days, I'm gonna try. That's the bucket list thing, man. The motorhome and drive around in the U.S. delivering Whataburger to all my friends.
There you go. There you go.
So I'll have to pull the franchise behind me. But on the issue, there's issues I have with guys that I've gone into business with, and usually what the issue is I'm kind of strong-headed when it comes to some things, but I do listen, and I do take things in, but I'm always trying to think ahead, and I think I clash more with the men that I've tried to do business with. I don't know why I don't clash with the
second.
ladies.
Bye, Dave.
Bye, Dave.
Dave from Ireland's bailing on us. So have a good one. Thank you for coming in.
God bless, man. Thanks for coming in. But that's just me, you know. I butt heads.
Sure.
You know.
Well, yeah, it's really who you get along with. I mean,
yeah.
You know, I'm a fairly easygoing guy. Run on a lot of logic. I mean, my job is all logical. I mean, I can't draw stick figures, you know, unless I have a ruler. So I have zero creativity. And that's what my wife is really good at. She has a lot of creativity, and that's why you know, we work so well together. Is I take care of the logic side of things, and she takes care of the creative side of things, and together we're actually a pretty good team. So,
well, you know, I'll tell you what. Speaking about Heather and then the MSP show, I think the smartest move you ever made was having her do the intro in the beginning, run down, you know, the rules, what you expect, how do you expect the bidders to be, how the resellers to be, you know, they're on the show and all, and everybody have fun. And I think that was a nice change because it put everything, I think it leveled the playing field for everybody. You know, there's no, hey, you know, you got to send in your email, your real name and your YouTube name, so we know who you are. And if they can't follow that, then they can't bid. And it's like,
right.
So too bad, so sad, you know. I'll be in there to.
Well, and she was a lot better at it than me. I really struggled when I was doing that because I'd be looking at my notes and I just couldn't flow smoothly. And like she says, every week she slaughters it. Every week's what she says, but she slaughters it in a way that nobody really cares. The information still gets out there. Everybody has a good time. You know, she's not embarrassed that she messes up or whatever. And most of the time, I don't even see that she messes up. But you know, we're our own worst judges there. So, but yeah, she was just better at it than me, and I'm all for anybody that's better at it than me. Go right ahead and do it.
Well, you know, now that you mentioned that, I'd like to make a suggestion. I think you should try one. I think you should try one auction a month where it's you have one as many ladies as you can that are selling their goods that you can, you know, that the time can handle, and let Heather call it, or just run it like regular and let Heather call one auction once in a while.
You know, I would, but she has zero interest in doing that. It's not because I'm not letting her. She has no interest in doing that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Like, you should. Mike's been trying to do this for a year and a half. Get her to do this, and nope.
I've been beating the drum for Heather, man.
I know, and I'm for it. I'm all for it. I'd love to sit back and do the admin portion, you know, once or twice. But nope, she has zero interest in that. I might be able to talk her into it. We'll see what we can do. So.
I just think it'd be interesting.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. Well, and with a lot of these other auctions going on, the jewelry auctions that seem to be popping up quite a bit, it is nice to see how other people do it, you know. When I started doing it, I don't know of anybody else that was doing it. So I just kind of, you know, whatever, doing what I could, learning so much every week, doing it a little different this way, or, oh, okay, so that didn't work. Let's try this. But yeah, being able to see other people and how they do it, it definitely helps.
Well, and you know, and I think too, for me, like with this reseller community, you know, okay, I'm not gonna lie, man. I either watch a ton of videos because while I'm working, because like in Safari browser, when you go to YouTube, they got the picture-in-picture. You can pop it out, and it sits on top of your on your desktop. So I can go to other windows and do work, right? So
Right.
if it's something like, say, you know, you're doing a video, you got friend mail, and you're going to do a video, I want to make sure I'm seeing that, you know, when it comes on, but I still have to work. So, or I listen to a lot of podcasts or a lot of where I don't have to see what they're doing, but they're just talking. I like that, you know. So, I mean, I do watch a lot of YouTube, and I do learn a lot, which is the point I was making about this community. You do learn a lot from everybody. And, you know, there's some people I just can't stand watching, and there's others that I just can't get enough of them. And I'm always wanting to learn. Like, you know, I got to give a shout out to Angie here, Treasured Vintage, and then, you know, Angie, my own daughter, because I'm learning stuff about clothes that I didn't know, you know, from really watching other people. I learned what junior size meant today. You know, I thought it meant kid. She's like, no, it doesn't mean kid necessarily. So, but then like Treasured Vintage, you know, like Angie or Tanya, you know, I learned a lot about jewelry. I learned a lot about accessories. I learned a lot about what's vintage, what could look like vintage, but it's not, you know, and that's like Chick Picker. Believe it or not, I tune into her 8 hours of listing for her and Todd, and I think Sally and a couple other people are on there. And I don't know how they can do it, but they do it, you know. And at least
they're just sitting around talking like friends, you know, working, doing, you know. So I mean, it's probably no different than if you're sitting in a room with somebody working.
Yeah, but I mean, you can still learn even off of that. So, you know, like I say, I always want to promote everybody. So, you know, if you guys go into the chat and you haven't watched somebody or checked their channel out, you just put your pointer over their name, come over to the right, you'll see 3 little dots. You click that, and you can go right to their channel. It'll open up in another window. And I know Angie does great videos. Tanya does good videos. Valerie does good videos. They all do good videos. You know, Dawn does good videos as long as she can stay awake. But see, but Dawn's got one of them tough jobs, man. She rides the train. She's a conductor. She rides the train. She's got to put up with douchebags every day, you know, and it gets tiring. So, you know, we'll let her slack. What about you? What about you, Dawn? Well, I watch your videos. I listen to them until I fall asleep.
Yeah,
I got to be honest. Usually when I can't sleep, I'm not being this meanful. I put on certain people and I fall asleep.
Sure, there's nothing wrong with
that.
That way
I can get to bed.
There are, you know, like Valerie, Chick Picker. I can put her on and go about my business, and I'll be over there taking pictures, and I'll hear something, so I'll come back and type in something in the chat, and then I can go back to work. Or, a lot of times, you know, that's what you need to be able to, you know, interact with people without having to look at them in the face and talk to them. You know, it's actually pretty nice. But yeah, I mean, I watch a lot. I don't watch many videos anymore. If anything, I watch mostly lives shows.
Yeah.
I prefer those because of the interaction. I don't get a lot of time to watch videos unless it's something I'm interested in, like, you know, maybe Lonnie's doing something with video games or something, and I wanted to see her models, for example. I used to do a lot of model stuff, so I go watch his models haul or whatever. But yeah, I don't have anybody that I just watch every single thing all the time. I just don't have time, you know. Like you said, you have to decide when that time is more better spent somewhere else, whether it's in your business or with your family or sleeping. Once in a while, I like to sleep.
Yeah, me too, when I can. I mean, the only thing that saved me at late night when I can't sleep or I'm just up is usually somebody's doing a live, like Sandy's doing a live, you know, just chat and then I can get in there and, you know, and it makes things better.
Sure.
So Treasure Angie, you're not at 3,000 subs yet. Hey, you guys, you got to share her channel so she can get up to 300 subs.
300 or 3,000? She's
or 3,000, excuse me. I think. Oh, she has 39.
How many subs do you have? 378.
I only have 300.
What the heck?
Yeah, I'm slow, man. I figure if I can just keep the 307 I got or whatever I got happy and engaged. Yeah, engaged.
I don't even know where I'm at.
You got a lot, man.
No, I'm like at 1,500 or something.
Okay, she has 2,917. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Shared Treasured Vintage. Share
83.
Yeah, change her channel so she can get 83 subs to get to that 3,000 mark.
Yep, there's Tanya.
Hey, Tanya's here. Yeah, see, and you know, and the thing is it what sucks is when I want to, like, I've been buying up some jewelry. Okay, you know that.
Nuh-uh.
Actually, I got
you, Mike. Really?
Actually, I got the stuff that I won last week is here. Lily and I are going to go through it. Then I'm going to pull out just the best pieces, and we're going to show them. Going to do a video and show them. So I haven't even had a chance to go through them yet. And the thing is when I want to learn something, I usually, like, if Tanya's got something that she put up, you know, like, or they're doing their jewelry detectives, you know. The bummer is with the picture-in-picture, which is good. Like you said, you know, you go over, take a picture, you hear them saying something, oh, you run over real quick and you go watch it. Well, for me, the picture-in-picture, I end up, like, Tanya will start talking about something and then Angie will say something and I'm like, oh, man. And I'm trying to work, so my eyes go to the picture-in-picture. And then the next thing I know, I just click the window that lets it open up to the big screen. And that's the problem.
Imagine that.
Yeah, I don't get too much work done, but I learned so much. If there was a way that, you know, I could absorb it without having to worry about seeing it, it would be even better. But man, like I say, guys, if you've not been watching Thrifty Treasures or you've not been watching Treasured Vintage, man, when it comes to the jewelry, you need to get over there. I've been watching Jewelry Nurse, Cindy. She's been picking up some cool stuff, man. So I've been over there watching some of her, and then hey, John's here, Nevermore Antiques. Hey guys, if anybody's watching this after it reloads, because I know most everybody in the chat knows John, but for anybody that is going to watch this that comes by it later when it reloads, you go on over and check out Nevermore Antiques video channel. He buys estates. He does all kinds of cool stuff. Got a lot of good information, a lot of knowledge to share. So you guys get on over there and check him out.
That's what what I was talking about is the niche people, you know, like the people that do jewelry. You know, I hate jewelry. You know, I enjoy watching it and I like looking at it, but I don't buy it very often. I don't sell it.
Yeah.
Because I can, you know, I'm just not that good with it. But to see people that are so passionate about it, they're, you know, like Treasured Vintage, like Tanya, like Thelma Thrift, like I haven't ever watched Cindy. I did see her on, I saw her on, maybe it was Tanya's show or something, but I don't think I've ever actually went out and watched her stuff. But to see people that are passionate and are really smart about their particular niche I think it's great.
Yeah, me too. I mean, well, me too. But I need you to maybe ask somebody a question, get him going here. I'm trying to get to a YouTube channel real quick.
Okay.
I'm trying to work behind the scenes inconspicuously. So I've stayed locked on.
Speaking of Nevermore Antiques, he will be on my auction next week. Right? Yeah, November 3rd. November 3rd, he'll be doing an auction on the MSP auction show. So I actually only have 2 dates left this year. that aren't filled. So I'll be talking about a little bit about that during the auction, like November 17th, and then I can't remember if it's December 1st or December 8th. I've got to look. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that. John always has some weird stuff and some good stuff. Since he does all those, Midwest auctions and estate sales and such. Layla wants to ask a question.
Go ahead, Layla.
She says, "Can I ask a question?"
Yes, you can. Oh, by the way, I put John's, you guys, I put up Nevermore Antiques, John's YouTube channel link. So it's easier for you to go and click there if you'd like.
Awesome. What's your question, Layla? Oh, man. I went to, we have, is based out of Utah. And I went to a, I don't know, what do you call it? A overstock to buy things. They have a kind of not a thrift store necessarily, but it's kind of the stuff that for some reason they didn't sell or they couldn't sell or wasn't moving right. So, but I bought some crazy stuff. So,
okay, there's the question. Do you all make money? Do you all make money from reselling? Or do some of you do it as a hobby? Well, I can answer for me. I do it to make money. I'm being disabled and I'm retired out of the military, but being disabled, I can't go and work a regular job. So instead of sitting around all day listening to YouTube and filling out surveys, I decided reselling was to just keep doing what I did when I was able to walk and I was healthy. Now, I can't speak for the rest, but for me, it's not a hobby. And I consider, even if you sell and people tell you it's a hobby for you, anytime you're making a buck and you're putting something up, that's work. That ain't a hobby. That's just my little rant. I had to say that. So I can't speak for Dwayne or any of the other people.
Yeah. Alice, I can't remember if Alice is, I think she's actually here in Utah, so I better be quiet about that. I better keep my my overstock.com stuff taken care of. No. For me, I do it, obviously I do it to make money. I have a full-time job, but it never, a full-time job never seems to be able to pay for the extra stuff in life anymore. People that can survive on one income they're few and far between, unless they live in a place that is just cheap to live. So I decided instead of all my hobbies that were costing me money, that I would start a business and make money. So that's where I'm at. I don't live off of my eBay or my reselling money. Like I said, it's for the extra things. So.
I saw Sandy's in here. I see Shane just came in. Guys, if you haven't checked out Shane, Rise and Grind Picker, you got to get over there, man. He's doing some kick butt videos on Amazon and eBay and the arbitrage thing, which I got to say, I got a regular account and I got a few items up. I got some books and some other things. I get a lot of questions. I don't get any sales. But James has been selling on, he's had a couple of sales on Amazon now. So I think he's going to be grinding more that way and less on eBay and the other venues. He likes that Amazon. He likes the local, just like you were saying, some people like certain venues.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sandy's in here now. Just Sandy, I got to tell you guys, you got to get over there and watch her channel, because now she's starting, now that she's got Wi-Fi out on the other side in her little shop there. I watched her make a copper piece. She's starting to make jewelry live. And I think if she gets customer orders, like if we ordered something, we can go and watch her make it live. So get on over there. I got to get her link to put up real quick. But get on over there and watch her, watch Shane, and just watch everybody. Because you're going to learn a lot.
You never know when you'll watch somebody and it'll click with you. You know, even if it's not what your niche is, if it's maybe the way they do shipping, or you look behind them and you see the way they have their, you know, their office set up. There's just so much information that you can glean off of everybody. Everybody has something, it seems like. Even if they've only been reselling for, you know, 2 weeks, they're going to have something that you didn't think of.
Yeah, well, I just subbed to Frankie Denise of Texas Tigress Designs because she said on here, which I find very interesting, because I've been watching Taco Shacks or Stacks lately, and I like the idea of him going around and he picks up the metal recycle and he repurposes stuff and he keeps it from going to landfill. She just said, I am a recycle artist, so working on that as well. I have videos up of my deconstruction and projects I'm working on. Well, I didn't know that, so I went over there. I signed up, I subbed, and there's the link to her channel, guys. I think that's interesting, watching the deconstruction of something and then how it's repurposed instead of it just going into the trash in the landfill.
Right.
I mean,
absolutely.
I think that's very important.
All right. I'm number 58 subscriber for Frankie Dennis.
I was 57. Yay.
You got me by one, but now we know, right?
Yes, now we know. And I definitely will be binging on that stuff. I'll be, that little picture-in-picture thing's going to screw my life up now because
probably
I just get into that. I just get into that repurposing. You know,
well,
like
and it's all, to me, it's really cool to see somebody that can make, you know, create something out of, well, basically trash, or, you know, something that's not made to be that made into that. I even like watching, you know, Sandy do her jewelry stuff, because watching artisans do their work is cool to me.
Yeah.
Whether it's somebody baking bread that, you know, makes their own special bread, or making jewelry, or like you said, or, you know, making statues, whatever. It doesn't seem to matter. It's really cool.
Yeah. I mean, there's I'm going to say a big word, man, to make fool you all that think I'm educated. There's a plethora. Is that the right word?
Whoa.
Or a cornucopia of information out there.
Oh, that's even bigger.
Cornucopia, I know. Well, I'm thinking it's almost close to Thanksgiving, isn't it? And they had the cornucopia out there.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, me and the food, man. I gotta have the food.
But using I put up that fall word.
I just put up Shane's channel, and I'm about to put up Sandy's channel. But Shane, like I say, you know, if your guys are wanting to get into a new line or a niche, you know, just start checking everybody out, because you know, you'd be surprised what their one passion you may be interested in, or like Dwayne was saying, you know, you have a similar interest, and so you would tend to lean that way. Sure. All right, there's Sandy's channel. I don't know, Don, about it being redundant. I mean, maybe so, but lately, I don't know his name, but the Taco Shack Stacks guy, the last couple of videos I saw, he went to storage auctions.
Cool.
So it's, you know, oh, this and that. Yep. We're going to get this and that's channel up there too. Thank you all for keeping me abreast on that. I don't want to forget anybody.
Yeah, Kathleen Riggs is she's an artist as well. She's a painter. So
yeah, I'm sorry about that. So this and that channel. And you know what? If you want to learn about jewelry, like I say, if Dwayne, you want to help me put some up just to help people, or you got to get over there to Treasure Vintage, watch her channel, and Tanya's, especially when they do the jewelry detective, because the way I'm gathering it when I've watched it, it's an individual or a reseller that has bought jewelry, doesn't know what they have for sure, so they come on Tanya and Angie's channel, and they show the piece. Weren't you on that You and Heather?
Yeah, I've been on it. Sure.
Yeah, and then they put their heads together and they determine through either the maker's mark or whether it's vintage or whatever. Yeah, because I saw Dwayne and Heather on there when you had your pieces.
Yep, absolutely. I can't put things in your chat. I'm not a moderator.
You can't. So, hold on.
I'm not a moderator. You have to. Well, you have to be a wrench to be able to put those.
Say something. Type something. I should have made you a moderator. You're my brother from another mother. If I don't do that, Mama Chelly's going to have my butt. Okay, Dwayne, you are now a moderator.
Whoa! Look at that.
Hold on, Don, was that question for me about Sally's jewelry jar? Because I think I mentioned I did get the stuff, the jewelry jar from Sally that last week's auction, and Lily and I are going to open it and together, and then we're going to go through it, and we're going to pick out the most bestest, as Lily says, the most bestest pieces, and then I'm going to shoot a video showing those bestest pieces that my granddaughter and I think are the most beautifulest.
Cool. All right, so there's treasured vintages. Here is Tanya's. Let's see. Better type in Tanya here.
Yeah, guys. I mean, I'd really like the channel to be like that, where we're always sharing, I mean, because there's going to be new people that I'm hopefully going to come in and view that are just lurking. I'm hoping there's some lurkers, or those that come afterwards with the repost that YouTube does. And we should make it easy for them. We should make it easier for them to get to see these places.
Sure. Here's another one that's good. Carla, Princess Casserole is really good with jewelry.
Yeah, I kind of knocked the wind out of her sails when I won that Bakelite piece.
Yeah, but she also won the turquoise. So
yeah, I know. I know. I really wanted to go after that, but no, I like Carla. She's a sweet lady.
Yeah. No, it's all fun with the auctions. I mean, a lot of times, I mean, sure, you're all fighting for something you want, but a lot of times also it's more, like I'll bid against Dawn all the time, just because it's Dawn, not because I want whatever it is, but because it's Dawn, and she does the same to me, so it's a lot of fun.
Okay. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's good. Oh no, you're fine. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. I'm trying to catch up with the chat.
Oh, I was just saying that Sandy said she has not opened that jar yet. The $200 jar that she got from Sally.
And was that the one that was all the brooches?
No, that was I don't remember who won that one.
Because I know go ahead.
Piece 3601, I think, won the brooches. I'd have to go back and look at my notes, but no, it was a different one.
Yeah,
that Sandy won.
Yeah, and I thought, wow, man, she's going to do it. I was like, I'm in the room screaming, she's going to pull the trigger. She's going to.
I know. I can't believe
she'd
never, and a couple times she's never spent that kind of money on jewelry jar before. But she knows jewelry, guys, so she probably saw something that piqued her interest, or she's going to make her money back, no problem. But yeah, throwing that kind of money, it's you got to know what you're doing.
I think,
or have a lot of money.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, man.
Oh, I just said, or have a lot of money, one or the other.
Yeah, well, you made the comment that she's going to make her money back. I think anybody that bought anything from Sally on that auction, I think they're on the upside. I don't think they're, I think they're in the money.
Oh yeah, there's money to be made on everyone. I didn't see anything that went, that was. And very rarely does it ever happen where you look at it and go, oh man, I could have bought that somewhere else for cheaper. And it happens once in a while because you get in the bidding back and forth kind of thing. But it fun.
Yeah, I've been put on an auction diet. But
Yeah, I know.
every now and then in my old age, I have a memory lapse that I'm not supposed to spend, and I do. But my thing now is it's not so much for the resale. A lot of it ends up resale. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I buy with the intention of flipping it and making some money, but some of the stuff I buy is sentimental, like the Bakelite piece,
Sure.
or I go ape over cameos because my grandmother, my nonna, I remember as a little kid looking on her dresser and lifting up the top of the jewelry jar or jewelry box and seeing cameos, and I remember asking me, "Where'd you get those?" And she's like, "Those came from Italy, and Italy has the best cameos and this and that, and she had the old sterling silver hairbrush, with the mother of pearl inlay and and the mirror and the combs and all the stuff. So a lot of times, for me, it's an emotional.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And when we first started doing the auction, one of the things that actually caught me was you, because you would buy something, and then I would hear about the story of why you bought it. Like you bought a cow. I think
No, I didn't
from
buy the cow. You're talking about Elsie.
Elsie. Yes. Well,
I didn't
okay, you
buy it.
bid on the cow.
Yeah, I got beat out by Chad's wife.
Oh, okay, that's what it was. But and then there's other things that you have bought that there was a reason why you bought it. You bought like you got I think one of the things I sold was a golfing mug, and your brother-in-law is a golfer, so you bought that for him. Not to resell. It was more an emotional buy. So.
Yeah, a lot of stuff made the gifts. Yeah, that cow. When I got outbid on that, I mean, I remember it got up to 150, and I was like, "Oh man, it was high. It was up there." And Kim, her name's Kim, right? Yeah, Florida Picking Queen. Yeah. And I thought, "Oh man, I'm going toe to toe with her." Oh man, and that's when I really got my ass handed to me the first time ever, like that, because usually I go in for the kill if I want something. And they got it, and then I bought the mystery box stuff and things from John on the following week or so. John and Whitney were on, so I bought a bunch of John stuff. And in this big box, I only saw the Pez dispensers and a few other things that I bought. And then I told John, said, "Did everything arrive?" And I'm going like, "Yeah, I got everything I won." And he goes, "You need to look in the box." So I pulled the rest of the flaps open, and there's Elsie the cow, and I about cried. For anybody that doesn't know the story about Elsie the cow, that wasn't there or hasn't watched the video that I did about it, which I'm going to get back into doing the MSP auction videos, the things I won, or any friend mail I get or anything like that. I'm going to start doing those videos again. Because obviously I'm going to be in this studio here. As you notice, I'm wearing my evening gown. And I've got my Deadpool cap on. I'm really sporting it today. But the Elsie the cow, my dad used to be a DJ at Crack Radio, which is a sports radio now, but it used to be country western AM. And he's a young strapping farm boy from Pennsylvania, coal mine, steel mill type family he grew up in, and he knew his way around animals. Well, Borden ice cream was big in the supermarkets there. So Borden was doing a promotion through my dad's radio station, Crack Radio, and they brought Elsie the cow. So we all went down, and what it was is the 3 DJs that were working there for that day, they were going to have a cow milking contest. So to see who could get the most milk in the bucket. And the rest of the guys just thought my dad was some dumb, city slicker who didn't know nothing. Everybody was talking everybody else up. And Pop got in there, man, and he filled the bucket up. He was squirting milk under his arm at the people standing there watching. He was having fun. I mean, if there was a cat there with a mouth open, he would have squirted it right in the mouth. I mean, he was milking like there was no tomorrow. And we ended up winning a year of ice cream free.
Oh, there you go. Wow.
And I think my dad got the promotional LC to cow.
Wow, cool.
So when I saw that thing, I was like, oh my God, I gotta have it. I gotta have it. But you know, I mean, we all do that. We buy and we share. It was like Tanya, when I bid on, I think it was Tanya's very first auction I bid on. I won that pimpin' hat and the brass gun and all that stuff.
Right.
And Chad wanted the pimpin' hat. So I sent him the pimpin' hat, you know? I mean, it's just, you guys will notice, for those that will, and I only say this because it's for those that are going to come by after the reload, when it reloads up, because everybody in the chat knows this. There's times people will buy in the auction and they'll go, or it happens over at MSP, or it'll happen with Barb's auctions or Sandy's auctions or Anita's auctions or whatever. They'll say, hey, I'll pay for that, ship that to so-and-so.
Mm-hmm. It actually happens quite a bit.
Yeah. I mean, it is a true sample of what this community is like.
Let's see, where is it? I got to figure out how to go here. Right there. So that right there, that clock, I think John was selling it. You bought it and sent it to me. It's the Fireball clock.
Yep. And then there's the little Dwayne in the back.
Yeah, the little Dwayne. I don't remember who had that. I think it was Nikki that had it. I don't remember who bought it. They sent it to Heather. Oh, you bought it? Okay, so you bought it.
Because I knew she wanted it, and you kept pissing and moaning. I don't want that ugly thing in this house. I don't want that thing there. I don't want it. And I'm like, this is when I was visiting Mama Chelly. I looked at Mama Chelly, and she looked at me and she said, if you don't buy that for Heather, I'll kick your butt. He should not tell her she can't have that. So
all right, hey, I got to go, Mike. I got to do some tech work with the guy off for my show coming up. So I will let you go. Thanks for having me on. And we'll see you on my show. Yeah, we're going to be over there to watch. I'm not going to stay on here too long. So we'll see you over there. And thanks, Dwayne, thanks for coming on and sharing your knowledge, man, and answering the question. Sure, no problem. Have a good one. Bye. All righty. Bye-bye. Yeah, Dawn, crack radio in Sacramento, but now it's sports talk. Who's the redheaded guy that does the announcing for the Kings on the television? Grant Napier. He now has a talk show over there. So they do sports. So any one of the lady resellers want to come on and share some knowledge real quick? Because I know I want to make sure we do not miss the MSP auction, because that is very important. That is a new reseller and new person to the community, and we need to support them. Because I know I'm going to be there. Like I said, there's an item I saw in the things that he showed that I'm going up for. So I'm not going to tell anybody, because I don't want anybody jacking me up on the bids, because I'm really not supposed to be buying, but I'm going to. So just a word of caution to anybody watching this that goes to the MSP auction show and I'm in there, or Sandy's show, or any of that. When I tell you I'm out, am I really? We never know till that time comes. Are you talking to me, Layla? Don, Grant Napier gives you the creeps? I don't know about that. Oh, you're going to open Sally's jar tomorrow? Tomorrow afternoon. Okay, Layla, the link to this channel. All right, I'm going to put it in the chat. You click on it if it'll work. And then I'll delete it after it's done. Yeah. Hey, Sandy, let me go get your link to your store again, or to your channel. I want to make sure we get that, because I do not want to miss. I do not want to miss that that opening. That's going to be a great opening.
Guys, there's Sandy's. I forgot to put her name in there. There's Sandy's channel. Make sure you're subbed to that so you can watch that jar opening tomorrow. Don, you ain't gonna snipe nobody. Don was my second nemesis in auctions. Oh, I'm not buying no jewelry tonight, ladies. You're all free to buy all the jewelry you want. I got jewelry coming out of everywhere, so I've got enough jewelry. I'm going after something else. But yeah. All right. Hey Tracy, thanks for coming by and watching. I appreciate you coming by. Thank you very much. Yeah, Dawn was my nemesis. She used to bid against each other. Her and I'm not going to tell you who the other person is because, but you'll know if you ever see the bid. So yeah, it was always fun bidding against Dawn. And and that's the thing about it, guys. Even though I type in the comment like WTH or WTF, or like Chad would do the same thing, whatever. I know for me, I probably could speak for Chad Goldfinger Picker, who's got another good channel. You guys need to go watch that over there and see the progress of his grandson with his foot surgeries. He's been doing real good, man. It's all in fun and jest. Nobody means anything. Angie, we're probably going to be here until probably about 6:45 because I don't want him to run too long, and I want to make sure everybody has time to grab a snack, a sandwich, a drink, or coffee, or whatever you need for the auction, You don't need no electronics, Don. All right, Don, you typed in Ansley's name. Did she pop in here and I not know it? I want to say hi to Mother's Mustache. She was another nemesis of mine. She was the third nemesis. We used to bid against each other on the pictures and the slides. Yeah, no, one can never have enough jewelry. I don't know about that, Kathleen. I think I know I got enough. Yeah, Mike, everybody's hobby is running Dawn up. Exactly. Exactly. I try to run her up when I can. Just running Dawn. Hey, there's Angie.
Hi.
We got an echo.
I thought I muted it.
I don't know.
Still echoing?
So where's your video?
I don't have any.
Oh man. You don't want everybody to see your smiling face?
There it is. You can see it down in the corner.
Yes, that's true. I can.
So I thought I'd come on, talk to you for a couple minutes before you leave.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Thanks for your testimony. It always blesses me.
Oh well, I'm glad it does. I mean, I didn't. I'm hoping they always do. I've got another one. I'm going to be probably doing a podcast in Sharon.
Oh, good. I haven't seen any updates lately. Have you put any updates up lately?
Not with the PLS. Well, now they don't know if it's the PLS. They think it's an MS, a rare MS. But I'm waiting to do this blood test, and I don't know, find out if I got to do that or the spinal tap. But it's the I've been standing up in front of the bed now a little bit each day.
Yay!
So I overdid it though yesterday. I did 10 up and downs, and then I scooched sideways because I can't pick my legs up still. I scooched sideways about a foot, and now I'm paying for it.
Oh.
I'm hurting, but no pain, no gain.
That's right. Well, maybe you shouldn't try sideways. Maybe you should try forward.
Yeah, because I can't. I don't know. It hurts to put the weight on the knees moving forward, but not sideways.
Okay.
But hey, it is what it is, and I'm never ashamed to claim that I can't do it. I couldn't do it if it wasn't for God.
That's right.
So
That's right.
that's it. And before we go on, I want to let everybody know I'll put the Crazy Cards YouTube channel up there. You guys need to go check him out. He's very knowledgeable. I mean, he finds some of the weirdest stuff,
He's
but
so
he is. He knows a lot. And I mean,
he amazes me.
it's actually this whole community. Like, you amaze me with the jewelry. You know so much about jewelry.
Oh,
And
I know a
and
little.
I'm just no, and I'm impressed, man. Because you know so much. And I like watching your detective show with Tanya.
Oh, that's a lot of fun. We really had fun the last episode. If you didn't catch that one, you need to catch it.
No, that's the one that I haven't seen yet. So I do need to get over there.
Oh, it was a hoot. You'll like it.
So, are you going to try to win all the jewelry jars? Because I think I saw 3 jewelry jars there tonight.
No, you know what? I probably won't even bid. I don't know.
For real?
I don't know.
Come on, Angie. Angie, you know what? When I see you bid, I know this is a terrible thing to say, but when I see you bid, that's when I jump in on it, because you've obviously seen something that I haven't seen. Because I don't think you buy just on a whim.
I really felt like buying last Sally's auction, because I know her jars were full of good stuff. And I think you got one of hers, so I know.
Oh yeah, I did.
I know you got good stuff in there.
Yeah, that Bakelite piece. I'm trying to research that other piece out. That Bakelite piece.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to find exactly. I mean, it's a really nice piece.
Yeah, yeah, and there's a lot of designer stuff in there too, I bet.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure there is. I think she mentioned a couple of names, but we'll find out.
Mm-hmm.
Dawn is right. Just like Angie had said, he's very knowledgeable about every niche. He's a walking dictionary. You're a walking dictionary on everything, Mike. You know a lot of stuff.
I know, he's amazing. And he'll buy some old rusty thing that I don't even recognize and sell it for like hundreds of dollars, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, I saw that on his Instagram feed.
Yeah.
On Instagram, he puts this stuff up. He's like, $5 at the auction, $600 just sold.
Yeah,
like,
that one thing that was like a gauge. What was that one thing he had up on Instagram? It was like a gauge or some kind, or
I don't know. The only thing I saw was a straight jacket and then this black hooded mask that somebody puts on, and then this thing I think was a whistle.
Oh, that whistle thing. Or it looked like a whistle.
Yeah, I mean, he finds some of the craziest stuff. So, yeah, I didn't get some other people's pictures up there. Yeah, Josie, that's my Deadpool. I'm a Deadpool fan, for anybody that wonders. Anything Deadpool. So, are you gonna go into any? I know you used to do. I haven't seen you lately. Of course, I've been busy with a lot of stuff. I fall asleep because of the med. But are you still doing the rummage sale, jewelry buy-in, and the yard sales and filming that, or is most of your stuff now you're buying like in auctions, you're buying online from other people, and then doing your videos?
Lately, I've been just buying online. I haven't been venturing out too much to the thrift stores or anything. And I don't even think I went to one garage sale or yard sale this year. I just wasn't feeling it, so I didn't go.
All right. Well, Apparently, that thing we thought was a whistle is a dive regulator.
I see
Shows you
that.
how much I know about dive gear, huh?
Yeah, we thought it looked like a whistle, but yeah, I remember that now because Anissa was saying that she thought it was
Yeah.
a, but it wasn't.
Hey, Jill. So, are you finding when you buy? Because I'm glad I got you here because this probably is going to help a lot of people and help them make their decision about jewelry jars or jewelry bags or, you know, just going to any of the people that are having the jewelry auctions. Do you find that you get better pieces when you buy online like that in jewelry jars or bags, or if you go to the yard sales or the rummage sales or what is it, Goodwill has the jewelry jars there? Do you think you get a better quality product buying them online versus going and looking at them in person?
Well, the yard sales used to be good because that was just so hit and miss, though. But if you'd run upon a good one, I mean, I've gotten 14 karat gold and all kinds of stuff at yard sales for just a little bit of nothing. But that they were really the best and most profitable things to go to. But then I like thrift stores too. The thing about the bags and the jars is it's just kind of exciting to go through them and see what you're going to find. They're not always that profitable, but I did get that platinum ring that was in Steve and Steph's jewelry jar that I won on the MSP auction.
Uh-huh.
It was a platinum setting. It was missing the stone, but I did sell it for $250. So.
Wow.
But I was paying up for those jars. I might have even paid that much for the jars. So, but it was for a good cause. It used to be that there were the charities.
Yeah.
I think people have gotten away from doing the charities, but I know that was a charity. I think it was Ronald McDonald House or something. But
well, for Steve and Steph?
Yeah, I think
it might have been. I think it wasn't it because they did an auction before, didn't they? Where it was for her niece that had just come off of cancer or something, and it could have been the Ronald McDonald House. So, though, that's curious that you mentioned you paid up for that jar because I've seen you pay up pretty good on some jars.
Mm-hmm.
When you do that, is that because you see something that you know? I mean, obviously we can't tell what you're looking at, but is that how you base your buy on? Because they say don't spend what you can't see, but you can only, and on a jewelry jar you can see all the way around.
Yeah.
But you can't see what's in the middle. So do you base your purchase off just visually what you can see right away?
And who in the area I think it might be coming from, and sometimes I'm just really needy. Sometimes I just want one, I just want something to go through, and it's just taking a big chance. But yeah, it's not always what I see because you really can't see what's in there. You're taking a chance with the bags and the jars, especially online because you don't have them in your hand to jiggle around. So it's not always that. It's a lot of who's got it, whether they made it up themselves or where they bought it, and how big it is, how much gold and silver looking things are in it, or how much newer things are in it. Because I don't really go for the new stuff. I like the vintage stuff. So there's a lot of factors, I guess.
Well, no, I mean, and seeing that's good information.
It is.
That helps people to realize, this is how you should be doing it, or maybe study up or come over to your channel to study up and learn. Me, I'm not going to tell you what my weakness is, but if I see him, I usually go for the jar.
Oh,
what the hell?
You have
cameos. I got a weakness for cameos.
You do? Wow. I have a whole container of cameos that I was going to do on the auction.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, no, I was going to do an auction with Sally, and I had a church obligation come up, and I could not say no to it. I had to go. It was something I had to do, so I had to cancel that. But I was getting stuff ready for the auction, and one of the things was a big container of cameos. Now, let me say there weren't any real ones in there, but there was pretty ones. There weren't any real shell ones or anything, but they were pretty. But that's not. I used to really like cameos, but now I don't like them for some reason.
Yeah, well, I try to look for the shelled ones because I know most of those that I've run across are the ones like my grandmother had. Always the mark on the back was always Italy.
Oh.
So it's kind of just an Italian thing for me.
Okay.
But you know, I know I bought some cameos that aren't shelled, and I know I bought some that are resin and not hand carved. So it's kind of just like anything else, right? I mean, if you're going to put it up to flip it, not everybody can buy a Ferrari, right?
Right.
So they buy a Chevy. You know, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they want the real one and they can't afford it, so they settle for the, you know, the resin cast or the not shell, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and hand carved.
And like
But,
I was just watching Dawn's video of her friend mail and unboxing, and she said something that I totally agree with. When I buy jewelry, I don't always buy the designer stuff. I mean, of course I do if I find it, but if I find something that's equally cool and it's not designer, I mean, if it has a really cool design and if it's really different, you know, that'll sell just as well as designer pieces.
mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it doesn't have to be the best of the best to sell. It just has to be something that's unique and pretty and different and good quality. So,
Well, and I think when you say that, I mean, I actually believe that because it's most with other products, it's usually well, I've always learned wherever I'm selling, like when I used to sell the knives out at the flea market, I always bought what I thought I liked and what would sell, and it ended up not always being what the customer wanted. So I had to now change my approach and cater and have a few of those low end, what I think are nice and sell, and then I had to shell out for the high end stuff because I had a certain clientele that wanted that high end stuff. And I think that's even more so with the jewelry, and I think that's why I buy jewelry. Well, one, I buy jewelry because of you and Tanya. Y'all are like crack dealers, man. Every time you show something, I got to go out and buy it, you know. But
I've never been called a crack dealer, but
no, but I'm just trying to, you know, you're pushing on the corner there to, hey, you want to buy some jewelry? Come over here, man. You want to buy a watch? You know.
And I have my trench coat on, and then I open it up, and there's this jewelry, all this Monet.
All the jewelry, yeah. You know what? That'd be a cool video.
That would, wouldn't it?
Street corner jewelry.
Yeah.
Approach cars. You want to buy some jewelry? Oh, that would freak the cops out. But the point I was trying to make is, with jewelry, whether it's designer, which I agree, or it's not, or it's an Avon piece, or it's whatever, there's always something for everyone, and it's not just one certain buyer you're looking for. It's like, I don't know anybody in the world that wouldn't want to buy like a guy doesn't want to buy a nice men's ring, you know, or a necklace or a bracelet. The women, you know, a nice necklace, ring, or whatever, or brooch. Or anybody that doesn't buy like I do, which is nostalgia because it reminded me of something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think that's the one area, though, Dwayne makes fun of the jewelry. And even though it's such I think it's a saturated niche.
It is.
I still think it's open for anybody.
Yeah.
And I bought I bought some stuff from liquidation.com, and I had a 20-inch strand of 8mm pearl. I know they weren't real pearl, but they were Charter Club.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, well, you know, that's probably not gonna sell well. And so my home care giver that comes in the mornings, she helps me with pictures after we're done with my exercise and the things that I got to do. She helps me with pictures. So I got this male mannequin I call Bubba, and he came with a black sock that I could put over him. And she said, we're going to take the pictures of these jewelry. And she puts a black sock over him and puts the white pearls on his neck. And I said, don't I need to give measurements? She's like, no, any woman looking at that on this mannequin is going to know roughly where that's going to lay. If they have a question, just get Angie, my daughter, Angie, just get her to measure it out for you if they ask. And I thought, man, that ain't going to sell. It had a price tag on the back of like $32. I put it up, or no, 25, and no, I put it up for $25. It had like a $32 price tag. Somebody made me an offer of $22, and they bought it.
Well, that's great.
I mean, I would have never thought, pearls, because when I think of pearls, I think of my grandmother. And I'm trying to cater to the younger crowd, but then I realized, hey, there's something for everybody.
Yeah, and plus pearls are timeless classics. People, even young girls, will wear those to a prom. They'll wear them maybe for their wedding. Yeah. Lots of situations where you can still wear pearls.
Well, didn't Barbara Bush bring those back in? God rest her soul. Didn't she bring back the pearl? Because her and her strand of pearls, I never saw her without a pearl necklace on.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think she's kind of started a craze for that.
Yep.
Jill, what I'm wearing on my head is a beanie. And I'm not going to pull it down all the way, but if I pull it down all the way flat, it turns into the mask of Deadpool. And you can see through it, like you're Deadpool. But I'm wearing it as a beanie because I didn't want to comb my hair. So anybody got any questions for Angie while I got her on here for a little bit longer? Because I know you guys are going to be going over to that auction show. I tried to pick her brain to get her secrets, but maybe she'll open up to you guys. Probably won't. She's not going to open up to me, but she'll open up to you guys. So any questions for her? Anybody?
Crickets.
Yeah, dead air. Dead air's not good. I don't want to sing either. That's the last thing I want to do. So you're definitely going to be at the MSP auction tonight.
Yeah, I gotta go get off of here and get my shower. But I heard my husband went in. He snuck in there before me, so he's getting a shower now. So he's done, and then I'll fly in there and get mine, and get my jammies on, and then I'll be all set. Be watching the auction.
I'm going to be watching you to see if you bid.
I'm not going to bid.
Oh, yes, you are.
I got to look in my PayPal, see how much money is in there.
Oh, yeah. Me too.
That's important.
No, I'm not going to bid.
Todd says, when is Angie doing a video on gold and silver? When you send me some, Todd. When you send
Todd.
all your coins.
So do you have a test kit? You test for gold and silver?
I do, yeah. Yeah.
Interesting. That's good. I mean, kit, but I don't use it.
Yeah. I haven't been using mine either. Dawn says she's typing a question. Why did you type you're typing a question before you typed your question, Dawn?
That is funny.
That is funny. Maybe you could have had the question typed because you already typed, I'm typing a question.
Yeah, I think she might have fallen asleep in front of the monitor.
I'll wait a little bit till she types her question. Must be a long one.
Jill brings up a good point. I need a gemstone tester. I got the thing to test for diamonds, but how do you test for like sapphires and topaz and all? How do you test for those?
I heard that.
How do you know you're getting the real thing?
Yeah, I heard that tester's really expensive. There is a tester for that, but I heard it's pretty expensive. Angie, what did you do prior to reselling, and why did you start reselling? I worked for the government. I had, well, first of all, my first job was at the stock brokerage. I was an admin for a stockbroker for like 11 years. And then I worked for the government in a white collar job. And then I worked in the back of tanks for about 4 years for sending the tanks over to Desert Storm, and rebuilt the brakes and installed the wiring in the backs of Paladins. That was the most fun job because the building was full of men.
Hey, just Sandy. Sandy says that gem tester's $250.
Yeah, they're pretty expensive. All right, I'm gonna go. Somebody did say that Thelma's on too.
Yeah, and I think I want to end it here so we can go watch Thelma before the auction. So
right.
I don't want to take away viewers from her. So
right.
Thank you, Angie, for coming on. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. We'll see you later.
All righty.
Okay. Bye, everybody.
And I want to thank my people in the chat that are here for watching. I appreciate you all being here. And before I close the show, I want to say that I'm going to ask God to bless you all with much success and great health. Happy family, happy life. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. You all deserve that Boaz blessing, because as God's blessed me, I want him to bless you all. And if you're at the auction today, do not bid on anything I'm bidding on. Okay? But anyway, that's all I've got. I love everybody here. Again, thank you, Angie, for coming on.
Yep.
And let's go over and support Dwayne, but let's go support Thelma first, okay?
Okay,
so
bye-bye.
Y'all have a good one. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.